Okay. Okay. So good evening, everyone. Today, I'm sorry. My name is Vidya, and I'm part of the Sinnott PTA. I'm heading the. I mean, me along with Shreya Bhatti. We are heading the GOB for this year. For those of you who might have attended previous, I don't know how many of you have experience with bees. The most famous geography bee, the National Geography's bee, has been canceled, and we took it upon ourselves to look at other options, and there's something called or there are bees organized by the an organization, IAC. So basically, this organization, they conduct several types of bees, history bees, even math bees, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but um, so sorry. So basically, what we are focusing on is the geography bee. And please bear with me if it seems confusing, because it was confusing for me too as I was going through the website. There are different types or different streams of for the geography bee, and two main streams are the US Geography Championships and the International Geography Bee. So yeah, both of these, of course, are organized by the organization I talked about, the International. Um, I'm sorry, uh, just a second. Yeah, the the IAC, and it coordinates these competitions around the world. With respect to the US, there are specific bees that they are organizing. So the two bees that I mentioned, the International Geography Bee and US Geography Championships, comes under this umbrella. The idea is to test the geography skills and the encourage children to gain knowledge on about the world around us. So these two Bs that I mentioned, the IGB, as it's called, its focus is on pure geographic knowledge, whereas US Geography Championships is more on applied geographic knowledge. So based on that, you will have different types of questions and different ways of examination. So that I will come to in further slides. So let me first talk about the US GC. So the US GC it has been conducted for a few years now. It's open to primary and secondary students. There are actually 6 divisions. Of course, if you look at the high school level, there's a varsity, junior varsity, 8th grade, 7th. 8th grade, 7th grade, 6th grade, actually, sorry, it belongs to the middle school. And then there's the elementary school, 5th grade and younger. So there is a provision by which middle school, elementary school students can compete in the junior varsity division, but I'm not going to go into that. I'll keep it simple. The basic qualification is, and maybe I should, yeah, actually there are 2 stages, only 2 stages for USGC. One is the regional stage, and for this year, they've made it very simple. There's an online examination So it's called the qualifying exam, or QE. And you have to, all students, they can take it for free. All you have to do is pass it. And if you pass it, you go directly to the national level. Um, I'll, as far as the format is concerned, it's just a 50-question multiple choice exam. And this is what, according to the rules that they've listed in their website, you receive 2 points for correct answer and 0 points if you don't answer anything. And there are no negative points. That's my understanding. And it's a timed exam, so you have 20 minutes to take it. And so students, the registration has already started September 27th, and it goes all the way to January 24th, 2022. So there is a registration portal, which I've seen. I haven't registered myself, but basically the parents themselves can act as sponsors. If you click on the link, it'll take you to a page which, and yeah, I think if I'll share this presentation later on, so you can either go directly to the website and click on the link, or through this link here. And you can register your student. So basically the parent will act as a sponsor, and yeah, you can actually take it at home. That's fine. And if you, I think they will mention the qualification criteria required to go to the national championships. So that's the next level. So this is the regional level, and then there's the nationals. And for the middle school and elementary division, there are 3 separate parts. One is a written exam, and then there will be a part, yeah, there's actually 2 parts, but there's a written exam, and then there's a map exam. And yeah, there's also a multiple choice written response, and of course the map exam. So based on all these 3 exams, the performance, you will get a rank. And they have some ranking system which they have actually listed, and the link is here if you want to refer to it. I'm not sure if it will change this year. This is what they followed last year. And based on that, you will, of course, yeah, you will get a rank. So, so that was for the USGC. And going back to this, the second stream I talked about, the International Geographic Bee. Again, the content of the types of questions they'll ask, the content will be slightly different. Pardon me. So here the qualification stage is slightly different, because there's one intermediate stage. So you still have to take the OR QE. So you have to take the qualifying exam, which will be the similar. It's the similar exam to what you took for the USGC. And this is the score will be used to identify who would have qualified for the regional finals. So this is the criteria they have to set, I believe. I think what they've mentioned in their website is that once they get all the entries, they will decide a median based on the scores, and then you can find out if your student is qualified or not. And then there's a regional finals, and this year I think usually it's in person, is what my understanding is, but they've mentioned that they might introduce most likely there will be an online option in the spring. So during the regular final season. So there are usually a bunch of venues that they announce where this finals will take place. And in lieu of that, you can opt for the online option. So whereas the first stage was free, here it costs $45 per student. And the top half students in each division will
There's a
qualify.
Geography Bee or something that a school is on.
So the top half will qualify for the national championships, and the top quarter will qualify for the International Geographic Bee World Championships. That's another thing altogether. Sorry, let me see if I can. So after that, it comes the national championship stage. And here, this is in person. So it'll be held, this is what they've announced so far, the third week of June, June 17th to 20th. And the venue is, sorry, trying to scroll down. Okay. I think the venue is fixed. So that's the final stage, and whatever your ranking is at that level, so that will decide whether you are awarded or not. And the top 50% will qualify for the next International Geography Bee World Championships, and that's again another let's just say competition. It's held at the world level. But yeah, I think for now we can just focus on the USGC and the IGB, because there are some stages here to get through. So these two paths I've mentioned, they converge with the International Geography Championships. So this is held once every 2 years. And this in 2022, they're going to hold it in Burlington, Vermont.
ఒక్క నిమిషం ఉండవా, ఏదో మీటింగ్ ఉందంట ఇప్పుడు ఆర్యాది, నేను మళ్ళీ చేస్తాను ఉండు.
Okay, so they're going to hold it in Vermont, and students who finish in the top 50% at the national championship. Sorry.
I'm sorry, if you're not talking, can you mute? Yeah. Vidya, can you ask everybody else to mute, please?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, can you please mute everybody else? Okay, so, oh, sorry. So like I mentioned, students who finish in the top 50% in the national championships of either the USGC or the IGB, they qualify automatically for the International Geography Championships. And this is open to students in 4th grade and higher. So this format, I am not completely clear about. I will clarify that later. But so far, so this is, again, this will be another competition that you can take part in. But yeah, coming to the two competitions, like initial competitions that we are focusing on, the IGB and USGC. The first step now would be to do the online regional qualifying exam, which is free. And after that, based on the qualification, parents or students can decide on the next level. So, sorry. So the national championships, when will it be held? They will be held in Orlando, Florida. Again, I think it's the June 3rd week. That's the third week is what they have announced so far. And it will, and like I mentioned, right, the IAC also conducts other competitions, Science Bee, national history, bee bowl, and so everything. It'll be like a congregation, I guess, and at that point there will be lots of championships being held in Orlando, Florida. So basically, the registration is open, like I mentioned, and it's open until January, I think it was 24th, 2022 that I mentioned. And you can visit this link to sign up. And of course, if you do go on to the national championship level, there are registration fees involved. So for the US Geography Championships, it's 115. And for the International Geography Bee, it's 145. If you want the complete list, that's available here, the link below of costs. So as far as the PTA is concerned, we planned some prep sessions. So we've left it to the parents to register their students, at least for the first level. And on October 28th, one of our PTA members, Ms. Padma, I think she's also in this call, I believe. Yeah, she is experienced with this. Her son, I believe, has already done this exam last year, but we will hear more details from her. And it'll be done in person. That's the plan for now. At school at Sinnott, and we can probably get some tips from her as well as to how to prepare, and maybe some introduction to introduction to geography and how to prepare. In November and December, we planned a mock or written session. So yeah, I'm sorry. There's one thing I forgot to mention, which is, I believe the IGB, the USGC, as you saw, is completely like exam based. And I believe the IGB also, IGB, there's no structure given for an exam. So it may be buzzer based is what I'm thinking. They do have buzzer based competitions, and I believe IGB may be buzzer based, but I will confirm that later on. So yeah, so I thought it might be useful to have some sort of a buzzer based session, live session, one of these months, and maybe one session could be a written session. And another thing is the registration fee. The proposal right now is depending on the number of participants we get, we could sponsor part of the registration fee. But of course, I think the travel, I think if you are planning to go to if you qualify and you're planning to go for the national championships, you may have to arrange for the travel though. So that's something to consider. So yeah, as far as resources are concerned, there are some sample questions, question sets you can find in the website. And they have several sets that they classify as A, B, C, D, etc. And I did ask the organizer if there is any difference, but he says that for this year, it will all be the same. In case you were wondering why they are labeled, A, B, C, D, etc. So yeah, so that's it for the introduction. I hope it wasn't too confusing. It is my first time as well trying to understand this. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I will try to answer them to the best of my knowledge.
Sorry, Vidya, I joined a little bit late. So how many kids can form a team, or is it an individual thing?
Oh, it's an individual thing.
Okay, okay, sounds good. And grades 4 and above, right?
Actually, for the elementary, there is no bar. In the sense, I've asked them if there is a bar, lower age limit.
Okay.
But what they've specified is grade 5 and younger. So I assume that, and they say that there is no age limit. So I'm assuming technically even first graders could participate, but it depends on their level of knowledge. I think it makes sense for fourth grade onwards to participate, but there is no technical bar. I mean, I think even third graders could participate if they wanted.
And since it is a individual activity, are you planning any sessions where people could work together and figure this out, or?
Um, I mean, the idea now was to have some sort of to simulate the environment of this bee to help prepare. So that's why I thought of the mock session,
Mhm.
maybe written and buzzer like, quiz like a live
Got
quiz
it.
session. But
Okay,
um,
that will help actually. And if there can be like because it's all new, if there can be some guidance, that'll be good, and some working groups together.
what I would suggest is maybe first go through the sample questions. As far as the first level is concerned, it's pretty like straightforward. I've gone through the sample questions myself, the 50 multiple choice questions. So basically, you know, I would suggest that children could get together in groups to study geographic resources, atlases, world atlases, Nat Geo. Those are typical resources. And pardon me, first take the test. I mean the sample tests to get an idea of what level you're at, and after that, I mean, it's mostly knowledge that's gained via books and maybe quizzing. So the only thing I can think of is forming groups to quiz each other. But yeah, I mean, of course, I would leave it to the individual, parents to get together to do that sort of thing. But yeah, the idea behind these two mock sessions or written sessions is to help.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you could set up like because parents would not know who have registered, so they can form groups if they have a platform like having a Google Classroom, like where you could put all the resources and links and all. So that'll be helpful.
Hmm. Okay.
Or like a Google folder anywhere which people can access in terms of resources. So that'll be good. So that and then people can figure out how they want to do it.
Okay, sure. That's a good idea. We can do that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Vidya, this is Shreya. We can discuss, right, what's
Hmm.
the best platform that parents can, contact and then, yeah,
Yeah. Yes. Definitely. Yeah.
communicate here.
Yeah. Some sort of place where
Yeah,
we
common
can share
communication. Yeah,
feedbacks.
yeah.
Yeah.
there-
Okay. Yeah. That sounds good. Good idea. Yeah.
Hi, this is Sumant here. A couple of years ago, I had purchased a, a resource material, a National Geographic book on Geography Bee. Is there some sort of a prescribed material which we can use to at least get through the first level of exam, or something else be useful for all the parents?
The only resource I could find was the sample question paper sets.
Okay.
So actually, I'll tell you my experience. So if you go to the National Geographic website, you can actually, even now you can access on a daily basis. They update questions. There are 10 questions you can take, and they sort of these are multiple answer questions similar to what you would find in this sample set, and that if you compare that level with this, I would say this is more, let's just say, pure geographical knowledge as compared to what the National Geographic questions were about. So if you were able to do that, I think that's more, let's just say it's more of a superset. It will help you. I think that should help you do this. That's the only resource that I can think of. And yeah, the sample sets will give you a good idea though of what type of questions they're asking. I haven't found any books, like I know what you're talking about because I've seen that too, but I haven't found any book particular to the IAC competitions though.
Maybe Padma can comment if she
Hmm.
has used any.
Yeah, she could. Yeah, I think she is. Padma, are you?
Mute.
Yeah, hi. Vidya, you did a fantastic job on going over this complicated field and explaining all the laying out the lay of the landscape. The one distinction that I would call out though is the USGC exam. That path, so like you highlighted, there is two paths to go to the International Geography Bee. The USGC path, that one is more of a written exam based path. And that written exam is more of applied geography, which is how do I use the map or how do I use a schematic and tell where a particular place is. So it's more of application of geography. That is the USGC, US Geography Championship path. The second path, which is IGB, is International Geography Bee, and that is a buzzer-based program, more like the Jeopardy style. And what happens with that? So the qualification for both USGC and IGB is the initial regional qualification exam, right? So that is clear. For IGB, it is purely geographic knowledge, which is what is the capital of the country? What is the currency in this particular country? Or where are Himalayas? Those kind of pure geographic knowledge. And for that, once you qualify in the basic, that is regional exam, the written exam, that is free of cost for everybody, then you go to the regional finals, right? And then there you do one-on-one with multiple kids in a room or online. And there you have to hit the buzzer on time when you get that, when you know the answer to the question. So having said that, how do you prepare? And we're planning on having, like Vidya said, right, having a prep session next week, 28th, from 5:30 to 6:30 at Sinnott, specifically to discuss more of this and to kind of get started. Like Vidya said, there is no syllabus, there is no book that you can study and you can go. I mean, it's just an ocean. In my experience with Tejas, who qualified this year for the next level, for the international GeoB, he qualified in the regionals and the nationals, the Jeopardy style. And then, so it's just an ocean. So somebody mentioned the Nat Geo book, that's a starting point. And what Vidya said, that's a great resource. I would say pull down the sample exams that are on their website. The good thing that IAC has is that they're very open in the sense that they have all the previous year's exams on their website and they have the answer keys to that website, to the questions. So start with, and how they have that configured, like when you go to the website sample page, sample question page, then you will see A, B, C sets, and you will see D, E, F. I think it goes all the way up to H. So the D, E, F, G, H, that is for elementary. The A, B, C is for veracity and junior veracity. So, so pick any one of those set, and I don't know the distinction between each one of those set and who's supposed to take what. The website probably would have explanations on what set is for who, but pick a set, and the organization is A is the highest, B is the, so it goes from A, and H is the easiest. So start with H, see where you are, and then you'll get an idea. Do a couple more H's and then move up. That will give you an idea of what kind of things to study. And resources, Kahoot, there are a lot of Kahoot quizzes on geography. National Geography that Vidya mentioned, Nat Geo itself has Kahoot quizzes. So there is a ton of resources, and probably that is the problem. There is a ton of resources. Unfortunately, it's an ocean, and that is a fact. Because, and I think somewhere in their question, they give the details of the question, how many questions come from what category of geography. So, and we'll probably go into more detail of this next week. So yeah, to start with, I would say the Nat Geo Bee book and Kahoot quizzes on basic geography, but more importantly, like Vidya said, the exam. Just try to get get a feel for what those questions are. Last year, what happened was because of COVID, they couldn't have a lot of these regional competitions. So what they did was they opened up in between this competition path. They opened up a separate category where students could write the varsity level exams and then qualify for the nationals. Because what happened was they had to cancel the regionals. So then, unfortunately, we didn't have access to regionals. And so my son had to write the ABC exams and then get to the next level. But this year, good thing is we have access to the entire path, starting with the regional exams.
So,
Yeah.
Padma, just quick question. So you said the regional exam, which is the free of cost, which you start with, and once you qualify, then you get into the regional finals, right? And once you qualify that one, and that's the people who qualify those get into the IGB or USGC,
Get into the
right?
nationals. Yeah.
That's when you pick which one you want to go. You want to go the IGB or you?
No,
No.
actually, it's like this. There is no regional finals for the USGC path. There is only the this online qualifying exam, and then finally the national championships.
Yeah.
So for USGC, but for this IGB, yes, there is an intermediate regional finals.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, USGC is only written exam based, and IGB is the buzzer based.
Got it. But USGC has no like regional, like that pre-qualification. You need to qualify those first to get into to participate basically for the USGC.
No,
But basically, but IGB you have to get through the regional, qualify those, and then get to the
that is my understanding.
Got it.
Right,
Yeah,
Vidya?
it's this year, I believe. At least that's what they've written in the website. I'm not sure about the previous years, but this year they have only this requirement. So no regional stage for the USGC or whatever. Whatever was called the regional stage has been combined with this ORQE. So yeah, it's simpler in that way, I guess. Okay, so any other questions? We'll be sharing this presentation. So there are many links in that, also for the sample question papers. If you go to the website, it's actually quite, I wouldn't say it's very clear because it's you have to navigate to different, I mean, you navigate to different links, and sometimes it confuses you what the exact flow is. But and they also update via this the news link. I mean, their announcements. But so far, whatever I have in the presentation is what has been updated. So yeah. Anyway, we will post changes if we see. I mean, I get the updates from the IAC. So as they post, if there's any major change, we would also inform.
And you'll share this presentation with us, right?
Yes, it will be shared. Yes, it will be shared in the, I believe, the PTA. What is it? Sorry, the PTA website. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Mhm.
And Vidya, if you can tell like the Gmail account, the email for any questions, remember?
Oh yeah, yeah. So I
I
wanted
think
to
I didn't
put
see it
that
in the
here.
presentation, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Sinnott .go, or maybe
It's in a
I'll just write in the,
pta.go. Maybe you can just type.
yeah.
Yeah. It's sinnotpta.geo@gmail.com.
Yeah. So yeah, if you have questions, you can send an email, and yeah, we'll try our best to get back as soon as possible. But the first stage, I think, is pretty clear. I hope to all that you can go to that portal, and you have to create a login as a parent. So it says sponsor. Sponsor means typically what they did, I think they had the option where schools would be able to conduct this. But I thought it might be easier just to have the parents do it individually. I mean, this is the first time doing it. So maybe first, after the first stage, we can see, depending on the participation. Yeah. Okay, so if there is no other question or comment, I think we can end the meeting. So we'll be.
Vidya, I just wanted to add one thing for parents. If this is all confusing, I'm with you. It is complicated. This is what I experienced as well. I would say don't be overwhelmed. I think your focus, if there is a takeaway that from this session, it is that try and do the sample questions and then let PTA help you get to the initial exam. Right? So how to sign up for the initial, the regional qualifying exam, and how to do that. I think that, and then the rest of the things you can, it'll come. So as you get into the system, you'll be able to work through the rest of the steps. So for now, just focus on getting the knowledge, doing the sample exams, and then getting to the regional exam.
And regarding the grade participation, I will, I think along with this, yeah, the updates will probably be posted on the PTA website. I think that's probably the best, or Tina, do you think is that a good option? I mean, I can't think of any other way to, like if I have updates about this, I'm just wondering how I would announce. Is the PTA website the best
The
place?
PTA, yeah, PTA website is going to upload today's video, all the
Mhm.
information we have currently, and keep updating if there's anything changed. But if for like a significant announcement, we can also post on the Parent Square and the WhatsApp groups too. So whenever you have a question, feel free to ask in the parent WhatsApp group. So there are lots of PTA members in it, and we will help to direct questions and answers.
Also, is there a website for the Geo page on the PTA? PTA website, does
Yes.
it have a GeoB page?
Yes, there will be a I'm not sure if
no,
they have it now.
No, there's no Geo page because I mean, okay, there was a suggestion about the classroom, so probably we could decide on something, you know, either the page or classroom. There should be only one place where we have resources. I think the classroom is a good idea. Probably that would be a good place to share.
I also put a page up to every program have their own page on the PTA website.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, if there are no more questions, then I think we can end the session. And if you have any questions, please email, and or yeah, as Tina suggested, you could message in the WhatsApp groups too. Okay. Yeah, so thank you all for joining, and it was, I hope many people try at least the first stage. It should be, I mean, it should be some sort of an experience and introduction if you don't have any introduction before, or some sort of a, you know, a refresher or something to get children interested in geography if they aren't already. So yeah, hope many people try it. And yeah, thank you all for joining, and have a good evening.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Vidya.
Vidya.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
Bye-bye.
much.
Bye.